Hi, my name is Romy. Welcome or welcome back to Stag Pages. Today, I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag because it's that time of the year. So, let's begin. So, I've read 34 books so far this year. The first question is the best book I've read so far this year. And I have to go on Storygraph and look at my 5-star reads because time is not real. And I don't know what I read this year from what I read last year. And I'm going to choose multiple books. The first book I'm going to choose is Ray Bearer by Jordan Ikweko. I have a review on that book. I love that book. Go read that book. The second book is Gear Breakers by Zoe Hannah Mikuta. I also love that book. I gave other books 5 stars, but I feel like those two are they're just outstanding in my mind, and that's all that matters here. The second question is the best sequel I've read so far. The only sequels I've read are the other volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've read 12 volumes, and I'm going to put from number 2 to number 12. I'm going to put them as the best sequels so far. And if I had read any other sequels, I would still be putting volumes 2 to volume 12 of Jujutsu Kaisen because that's so far I've read. And if I finished the whole thing, I would have put all of them because they're just, I love them, okay? Something, it scratches the itch in my brain just right. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Itadori Yuji. I love Gojo. I love Megumi. I love Nobara. Okay? You know who I hate though? That fucking witch. Like the one on the literal broomstick. I hate her. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. The next question is the new releases you haven't read yet but want to. I want to read, I don't know if it came out this year. I feel like it came out this year. The sequel to The Gilded Ones. I don't remember what it's called. And I also want to, because the sequel to Gear Breakers came out this year. Godslayers, I also want to read that. Redemptor, sequel to Ray. And Ophelia After All also came out earlier, and it came out in my birthday month, and I completely forgot because I feel like I was expecting it to come out later in the year, but I remember when it came out, and I remember the announcement on Twitter and everything. Or Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. Yes, those are the new releases that came out this year that I want to read. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Listen, I don't know what's coming out when it's coming out. And sometimes I remember to go and check the new releases shelf on Goodreads, and sometimes I forget. And let me tell you what, I had checked for next month and the following months just to request the arcs on NetGalley and Edelweiss, but I didn't check for the rest of this year. So I don't know what's coming out. So let me just do a quick Google search and come back to you because I have anticipated releases, but I don't know where they're coming out. I have another answer for released earlier this year that I want to read. Daughter of the Moon Goddess and The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. But anyway, yes, Babel is coming out sometime later this year. Foul Lady Fortune, also by Chloe Gong. That is what I'm going with because those haven't come out yet. And I am very excited to read them. Next question is my biggest disappointment. Okay. Yesterday is History by Kosoka Jackson. I hear that book 2 stars. That was so embarrassing. It was a waste of my time, and I'm going to review that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because listen. Yesterday is History by Kosoka Jackson. My most disappointing read of this year so far, and I feel like I had some DNFs also. Yo, it wasn't this year. I was going to say Your Corner Dark by and hey, Desmond Hall, but I don't think I read it this year. But that book, I have a video coming out on that. My biggest surprise from Harvey River. It's a memoir, and I read it for the Jamaican Books vlog that it was going to be a vlog, but anyways, I read it for the Jamaican Books video that Your Corner Dark was also going to be in. And I wasn't expecting to like it because first of all, it's a memoir. That's it. That's why I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to like it, but I wasn't expecting to love it. I gave that book 5 stars. I was reading this book, and sometimes I would just be forgetting it's non-fiction because I feel like I'm reading like a really nice contemporary story. And it's not. It's going to be in the video, so watch out for that. Yes, from Harvey River. Biggest surprise. New favorite author, Zoe Hannah Mikuta and Gabriela Martin. She wrote Bad at Love. I also gave that book 5 stars, but it wasn't at the same level as Ray Bear and Gear Breakers, which is why I didn't add it. But Gabriela Martins and Zoe Hannah Mikuta, auto buy from this point forward. And Gege Akutami. Let's not forget Gege. Okay. Next question. Newest fictional crush. I don't know. I feel like that sounded suspicious, but actually I don't have an answer for that. Like I don't have a crush on any fictional. Like I don't know. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to say newest favorite character. And obviously, I'm going to put Itadori on there, and Megumi and Nobara on there. I'm going to put Gojo on there too. Those, you know what? They might just be my fictional crush. You know what they are? They're not just favorite. Listen. Yes, they are. Okay, yes, they are. Newest favorite character. Also that. Yeah. Books that made you cry. I do not cry in books. I also want to do a video where I try to read like all the sad books everybody is on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok bawling over. I want to read those, and I want to cry. And if I don't cry, I'm going to be upset. But I haven't cried at all. So, yeah, that's my answer. I haven't. Books that made you happy. Jujutsu Kaisen, Ray Bearer, Bad at Love, and Dial A for Aunties. That book was hilarious. You know, the fanfiction tag, crack taken seriously. That is what that book was. And I loved it. Yes, those books made me very happy. The most beautiful book you've bought so far or received. Most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year. I got my copy of Orval and Delights this year. And okay, so you know the book boxes that come with the art on the reverse dust jacket, all of those books, I always turn the dust jacket over and like put the art as the cover, and I have a special shelf for all of those books. So yeah. Beautiful. Also, Six Crimson Cranes. Six Crimson Cranes, I also am going to read this year. This, yeah. So, listen. Heaven's Official Blessings and Grandmaster View when it comes to it. And these are both Volume 1 of the series. I also need to get Volume 1 of the Scumbilans thing there. And I need to get Volume 2 of this and this. And I think Volume 3 of this is out. No, this is out and this one is also... Anyway, I need to get all the volumes. I read this as a PDF. The fan translation, I read this. And then that was after I watched the Untamed. And then I watched the Dongho. And then I watched the Chibi. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. And then I was going to read Heaven's Official Blessing, but I haven't read it yet. And then I was going to read the PDF, but then I don't know why I didn't read it, but then I haven't, and then it came out that they were going to officially translate it, and then I had to get the books. And then I got Volume 1, but like, I don't want to read it yet because I want to have all the volumes. I can read all of them in one sitting, and I'm going to film a video for that. MXTX has me in a chokehold, and you're going to see that when I read all of those books in one video. I don't know when that is, but it's gonna happen, and I might just cry. Might be the first thing. I don't know why. I don't know, because I know what happens in Model Sushi or Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, and I didn't cry when I read the PDF. But that's also because it was a fan translation and it wasn't that great. So that's why. But I feel like Lanchan and Wei Ying, they're just going to greet me. And then Hua Cheng and oh my god. Yes. I'm not even sticking to the questions. But anyway. What books do you need to read by the end of this year? All of these. All of these are right here. This is my physical TBR. This is the entirety of my physical TBR. And I want to read them before the end of this year, because let me tell you, just because I want to finish the TBR by the end of this year. Also, I got a Kindle, and I have decided that I'm going to cleanse my shelves, and I'm just going to, my book collection is going to be books that I love. So it's going to be, I'm going to say 3.5 stars and higher, that I plan to reread. Either I'm going to reread it yearly, because I have a list of books that I reread yearly, and I have added 3 books so far to that list. Gear Breakers, Dial A for Aunties, and Weber, and then the Percy Jackson series. Okay, so and then I have books that I'm going to reread as I, you know, live my life. Maybe not every year, but they're going to be reread. So my shelf is going to be just books that I love and enjoyed very much. So I need to finish those, and then so I can cleanse the shelf. And then I have decided that I'm just going to read all the books that I want to read after I've cleansed my shelves. I'm going to read them first on Kindle, and then decide if they are going to be added to my book collection of 3.5 stars or higher. And then if then I'm going to buy the physical copy, because you see this stack right here? Those are all books I need to get rid of. And also pretty books might actually stay on the shelf. If they're 3 stars and they're pretty, and like if they were just plain, I wouldn't have kept them, but they're very pretty, I might just keep them because I am a collector and that's my business. But anyway, so that's the question. Favorite book to movie adaptation you've seen this year? Do I even need to speak? Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what I watched yesterday? I watched Jujutsu Kaisen 0 in the movie theater. It was in dub. It was so embarrassing. But anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen is my favorite book to movie adaptation, whatever I've seen this year. That's the end. That's the end of the video because I've read all the questions. Yes, let me tell you, it's been a while. I wasn't going to mention it, but it has been a while. I am officially on summer break. I did my CAPE Unit 1 exams. I finished my CAPE Unit 1 exams this week. I think it was Monday. Yes, so I'm officially in my last year of high school. We love that. I turned 18 this year. I don't know if I filmed that video after I turned 18, but I turned 18 this year in February. I got a tattoo. Love that. I did my hair for the summer. We love that. So yes, a lot has changed. Let me tell you what you can expect from me for the rest of the year. Hopefully, I go through with it. A couple more reviews I know are coming next month. We're gonna go with next month because this month is almost over and I feel like all of them should come out next month. I'm going to be reviewing yesterday's history. My Jamaican books video is coming out, which I'm going to be talking about Your Corner Dark, These Ghosts Are Family, and From Harvey River. I'm also going to add a little mention of Hurricane Summer. I didn't actually read that book for myself, but it's going to be mentioned. Trust and Believe is going to be mentioned. I'm also going to start a new series, which is, I'm going to call it Succumbing to Peer Pressure, because I'm going to be reading books and watching series that everybody and their mother and their father and their uncle and their brother are talking about. So the first one I'm going to be reading is the Heartstopper webtoons, and then I'm going to watch the show. I was going to read them and watch the show anyway, but everybody, it's down my throat at this point, and I feel like that's a good starting point. But that's the end. Regarding liking, commenting, and subscribing, do what you want. Goodbye, but please come back.